Let me start here, if I can, Brett. You know, first of all, I'm glad you put the ad out here, but this has been going on a long time. One attack after another. Barack Obama, we heard Hillary Clinton this week, Dick Durbin comparing the troops to Nazis, John Kerry, John Murtha. This has been an ongoing Democratic assault on the military.
It has, and as our ad says, it's despicable. It's not right in the public discourse. You heard John Bolton, he's absolutely correct. This has no place in public debate. Calling heroes like General Petraeus, a Princeton graduate, a graduate of the military academy, gave his life service to the military. This is the way we treat our military leader, who incidentally, the Senate almost unanimously confirmed to lead our troops. This is the behavior of our elected representatives. We're not going to let it stand, Sean. Yeah. We may be a new group, but we're going to be around for a long time, and Move On should watch themselves. There's a new sheriff in town.
Well, good for you. I'm glad to hear. Well, you know, I think a good ad is Democrats betray the troops. You know, Mark, let me ask you very simply. Hillary Clinton questioned, first of all, said the military efforts of the four-star general are a failure in spite of everything that he said. He also said that he was a propaganda mouthpiece for the president. And then this comment basically calling him a liar, willing suspension of disbelief. Do you have a problem with that or the Move On betray us ad?
Okay, I think those are two separate things and great questions, though. I mean, I think Senator Clinton asked some tough questions. I think she asked appropriate questions, and I think the American people want those questions asked.
You think that's appropriate for a senator, a four-star general who risks his life every day, the willing suspension of disbelief about what he just said, basically calling him a liar? You have no problem with that.
Like all of the people in the military, I love the troops. I just hate this war, and I think many American people hate this war.
I asked, is it appropriate to call a general a liar? You're not answering my question. Or to say a general's betraying his country.
If you allow me to answer, I will. What I'm saying is that we love the troops, we hate this war, and those questions are fueled by that.
Love the troops,
let me show you something here, Mr. Blakeman. Let me put up on the screen.
Can I finish?
Very quickly, we have a very short time, unfortunately. Go ahead, Mark.
All I'm saying here is that she wasn't hating or showing any sort of personal disdain for Petraeus. This was about the war. This was about his representation of an administration that has pathologically lied about the war and misrepresented the stakes.
And Hillary Clinton was questioning policy, not the failure of the general particularly. But let me go to Brad. Brad, let me ask you a question here. You're upset that big General Petraeus, who can face the enemy and face bullets, can't face tough questioning from Democrats in the Senate.
Exactly.
Let me put up on the screen what Interpress just reported about what his superior Fallon said about him. Petraeus' superior, Admiral William Fallon, Chief of Central Command, derided Petraeus as a sycophant during their first meeting in Baghdad last March. Fallon told Petraeus that he considered him to be an ass-kissing little chicken blank and added, "I hate people like that." Why does Fallon hate the military?
He doesn't, Alan, and you're mixing apples with oranges.
How dare he talk about a general like that, right?
Alan, what you have here is the worst thing that anyone could ever say against the military, and that is you're treasonous to a general who you put there to lead our
You're talking about Move On. I'm talking about
Move
On is not the Democratic Party. It's not Hillary Clinton.
It is the Democratic Party, Alan.
It's a Democratic Party. You're mixing apples and oranges.
In fact, the Democratic Party has distanced itself from Move On. Most of the people in the Democratic Party have said, look, we don't agree with Move On's tactics. Even
Marc,
John Kerry.
it took you at least 3 minutes here on television to denounce MoveOn.org.
Brad, will you denounce Fallon?
I'm not denouncing Move On. No. I'm not denouncing Move On. I wish more of the Democratic Party had the political courage to stand up and say these things. I absolutely do agree with MoveOn.org.
Right, Brad, will you denounce Fallon for what he said about Petraeus? Will you denounce Admiral Fallon for those horrible words he said about General Petraeus?
No, I'm not going to denounce Admiral Fallon.
Of course
not.
I
am going to do, Alan, is I'm going to denounce our elected representatives who call our nation's military leaders
What about
treasonous.
calling him a chicken blank? Is that okay?
Hey, Mark, did I hear you correctly say you support Move On, calling him General Petraeus? You support that?
I support the ad and their willingness to engage this war and question this war and challenge this.
Outrageous.
That is, for a man who serves his country and risks his life, you are as disgraceful as they are for supporting that.
What about calling him a chicken blank?
I think you're twisting this around in a way that misrepresents everything.
You said you support it. You don't call a four-star general who's risking his life for you, your liberty, your family, and your freedoms. You don't say he's betraying his country when he's serving his country, sir. No. It's disgraceful that you and the Democrats have resorted to this.
At the moment that he drinks that Bush-Cheney Kool-Aid and represents this war in a wrongful way, he is betraying
all
us.
Americans.
All right, the widow of a soldier spotlighted in last night's presidential address joins us next in a Hannity and Colmes exclusive. Straight ahead.
Get on.
Fox News.